Oh man, we're really doing this. Dr. Stone Season 4 Episode 23, and yeah, we're following up from last episode, where everybody has been turned to stone and Suika is the only one left. So this episode has her running around and living her life in everybody's absence. We got a little taste of that last episode, but now this one we really get to see her day to day, as she's gathering up everybody's statues, while still looking for revival fluid. There's such a cute little moment where she finds Kohaku's statue and just gives it a hug, just their reunion, even though, before the full reunion later. But I do like also we get to see a bit more of Suika's resourcefulness throughout this whole episode. For one thing, as she's, a little kid and everybody's going to be hard to carry, she remembers that they stored a bunch of their motorcycle equipment underground somewhere, and she digs it up and is able to build a cart to carry everybody. And I think this is also one interesting aspect of this whole episode as we see her able to accomplish all this. Yeah, she is a kid, she is alone, she is scared, but I think each individual reader or viewer might internally underestimate her, because Suika was living by herself for a long time, and on top of that she's been watching everybody do everything for the past, few years, so even though she doesn't necessarily understand everything, she was observing most of it, and on top of that just having stuff left over from everybody else. Really does tie into the whole theme of the series, that being that science is never dead and you can build off of what came before you. So she is able to gather everybody, but even when finding Luna and Chelsea, they have no more revival fluid, so she's just gonna have to make it herself, which she's able to do as well as continue living her day to day by using a map from Chelsea, and on top of that finding the instructions to create the revival fluid hidden in Senku's clothing. So that is where we stand, and that's where we kind of round out the episode. A lot of her trial and error using the resources around her, and we really just get a good look at her dedication as well. Side note, I will also say I like the new design for Suika, or at least, the one that we get to see in last episode and this episode, getting to see her face a lot more, but I guess she still does have a piece of the glasses on her at all time. But overall, I really did like this episode. It reminded me a lot of early Dr. Stone, which, obviously these types of things would happen at any point in the series, but just having one character by themselves and having to build off of a lot of things. Again, it really does remind you that you can be left with nothing but still have everything you need, sort of. But we actually end off the episode with a time skip, catching up with Senku as he's revived, and it turns out that Suika is there and all grown up, or at least, maybe a teenager at least. And man, really great reunion between them, and Senku even mentions that it has been 7 years because obviously he was counting and staying conscious the entire time. But what the heck, man, I didn't think they'd actually do this. I know they already did a year or so between when Suika was turned to stone and when she was revived, but then to have her all by herself for that long, and the fact that it took that long for her to create everything she needed for the revival fluid is pretty crazy. Or I guess maybe we aren't kind of like the year or two that everybody was frozen, so maybe it took her 5 years. I guess we'll get the clarification later. But the point is, I think this is a great development for Suika as a whole, because her deal was that she wanted to be useful, and Senku was somebody who really helped her realize and brought out her usefulness. Kind of a weird way to say it, but more so in the sense that she contributed and was part of the family the whole time. But yeah, man, crazy way to move things along.